Hi guys, this is 99 Rifts and welcome to another set dungeon guide. Today we're going to achieve a mastery level in Marauder SET Dungeon. So let's find the entrance first. We teleport our lovely lady to Act 3, we choose the Bridge of Corsac. Then we run around the map looking for a crater filled with lava and a short path leading towards the center of the crater. It shouldn't take too long to find it and it's usually placed in the center of the map. In general, Marauders and Shadow set dungeons are a bit more difficult than the other Demon Hunter set dungeons. Nonetheless, they are all quite easy when you compare them to other classes. I think I had approx 5 attempts of completing this set dungeon before I succeeded. It would be super easy if not for the underground snakes that stick their head out right under your feet, but once you understand their movement pattern, the whole dungeon becomes a piece of cake. And just for info, I will go through the items and skills at the end of the video, so have patience guys. Alright, the ghost is clear, so let's have a look inside. At the right side you will find the objective list. Kill 140 enemies with 3 or more sentries active. This is very easy. And since we've got Bombardment's rucksack, we can have additional 2 sentries, which equals to the magical number of 4 overall. You could also pick a passive skill called Custom Engineering that gives you +2 sentries, but I found it just unnecessary. You can easily complete this objective with 4 sentries. So start spamming sentries as soon as you enter the dungeon and maintain it through the first 140 kills. Since sentries have 30 seconds cooldown, you should optimally cast a sentry every 5 seconds and no later than every 10 seconds to maintain all 3 of them at all time. Now, another objective states that you cannot allow any enemies into melee range. Using multi-shot as your main attack, you shouldn't have any problems with that. The most common way to fail that objective is to use Vault to Careless. So, pro tip number 1 is never to use Vault when discovering unknown area of the map. If you take a look at my gameplay, you will see that I only use Vault when I find a dead end and need to return to another part of the map using the path that I have already cleared. When discovering new paths, I take few steps and fire multi-shot to be sure that there's no creature running towards me. This way you will limit the chances of running on a monster and failing. Okay, pro tip number 2, which actually should be renamed to number 1. There are a couple of underground snakes slithering around the map. You cannot see them when they all of a sudden get out on the surface and it's usually right under your feet. And then you obviously fail, allowing them into the melee range. I failed most of my attempts due to the snakes. It however made me understand their patterns. As you run, snakes suddenly pinpoint your current location. And 1 or 2 seconds after, they dig out in that exact location. So you need to be in constant movement to make sure they don't get out under your feet. This is also why you always take few steps, fire once and take another few steps. You don't stand still firing a couple of times in one place, because then the snakes are going to get you. For the same reason you use the Vault if you come across a dead end and you want to turn back, so you don't give the snakes an opportunity to strike. Remaining quests of killing all the monsters in the time given and not receiving fatal damage can be skipped. If you run the way I explained it, you will not receive fatal damage since the monsters die before you manage to get to them. Same, you cannot use too much time on the dungeon since you cannot stand in one place longer than for one shot. As an example, I have completed this dungeon with 1 minute 30 seconds buffer. Okay, take a look at me finishing the dungeon and afterwards I will go through all the items very quick. As I mentioned in other videos, I'm not too keen on going through all the item statistics, so I will just glance through each item and skill and highlight only those that are kind of must-have. For this dungeon, a must-have item is Bombardment's rucksack, and this is for the 2 extra sentries you need. As an alternative, you can choose Custom Engineering passive skill and that will work as well. And of course you need all 6 Beast Marauders to enter the dungeon. The other items just make the dungeon easier but can be replaced, so you choose your own path. I would say that the skills choice is pretty good and should be used as is, but I'm certain it can be adjusted depending on the playstyle. So in general, choose whatever you feel is best for you, but you're also welcome to copy the gear and skills that I showed you in this video and hope this works for you. That would be all, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and hope to see you again in future Diablo 3 videos. I wish you good gaming. 99 out.